Hey everybody, welcome back to Gearing Down. We just got back from our first training ride. We did about, what was it, like 50 Ks, James?
50.
Yeah, which felt really good to get back on the bikes actually. It's been quite a while since we've done a big ride. So we had the most wonderful Christmas. We caught up with my family over Christmas Day and James and I were quite spoiled. We got some pretty amazing presents to take on the trip with us. So I got a watercolour set, which you might have seen on our Instagram, which if you haven't, you should check it out. So I'm going to be taking that and just creating some pretty cool images of the Australian bush and all the different colours of the rocks, and I'm just quite excited. And James got four sets of maps. Yeah. So we unveiled the map of Australia and we're just kind of taken back by how enormous it is. So we mapped our 2 previous trips on it and they're just like this tiny little bit on the whole map of Australia. So it kind of brought home the enormity of what we're about to do. In saying that, we're also kind of in that kind of weird surreal place where you don't really feel like it's going to happen, but then all of our plans are kind of coming into fruition and it's a bit surreal, but exciting.
Yeah.
And so is today's episode. We are finally getting to the part where we can strip our bikes back and make them just look beautiful. So we've got 3 main parts to get through. First up, we're going to take the bikes apart. So take everything off that we can and then tape and bag the rest of the parts. Stage 2 is sanding. And then stage 3 is painting. And I'm so excited. Obviously, I've been talking about it for a while. Everybody knows that this is the most exciting part for us.
But we're not telling colours till the end.
Yeah.
That's a reveal.
You'll have to wait and see. So I guess we get started with the deconstruction.
Let's do it. So stage 1 of 3 is done. It probably took us about 3 hours to tape up and bag 2 bikes, so it's not too bad. I mean, if we went to the shops, obviously they take everything off and just have the frame, but we're just doing an at-home job, so that's what it takes.
So now we're going to sand it back. I'm going to start with an 80 grit and then 200 grit.
240 I think it is.
240 grit. And we might even go up to a 400 grit. So we'll sand the whole bike down with each lot of paper, strip it back as far as we can, and after that we start painting.
Yeah, so I guess the aim is to get as clean a surface as possible, so you're taking out all of the scuff marks and that kind of thing.
Cool.
Yeah, do you want to get started?
I'll make a start.
Hey. Alrighty, day 2 of sanding. We put in such a big day yesterday, it was quite tiring. 50k ride and then probably, what did we do? Like 5 hours of...
Yeah, 5 hours.
5 hours of sorting the bikes.
Not too late.
Yeah, so today we've started the day off nicely. We went to the shops, had a delicious breakfast, had a bit of a chat to our friends over Zoom who are living in America at the moment, which was just lovely. And now, yeah, we're going to get started on sanding. So James found the sanding went pretty well yesterday, but we're also going to try some paint stripper today, particularly on my bike, and hopefully that'll cut the sanding process down.
We've finally finished sanding the bikes back. We probably put about 25-ish hours into the bikes. It took a lot longer than expected, but we're really, really happy with the results. So we started off with the 80 grit just to take all of the paint off. Moved on to the 240 grit sandpaper just to take out the scuff marks, and then finally onto a super fine 400 grit to really like polish up the bikes and make it smooth and make the paint stick better. Mine was pretty good. Liv's was a little bit more challenging for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we tried to do the paint stripper on it because we knew that it had the original red coat and then I had 2 different coats of blue on it. So we tried the paint stripper, but it kind of just melted the paint and made a sticky mess. So we gave up on that idea and ended up just sanding it. Took a little bit longer, but once we were down to the bare metal, I think my frame's a little bit softer or something, so that part actually went quite a bit quicker.
Yeah. So we're finally done. We've done the hard work, and now we're really ready for the exciting part.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. We've just alcohol wiped the whole bike just to take off any fingerprints, any oil, any leftover like dust or paint that's on the bikes. And now we get to spray them. So big reveal. Colours I'm going for is going to be a royal blue undercoat. We'll start there. And then we're going to move on to a glossy, shiny gold over the top. So very steezy bike is going to be pretty loud. I'm going to put some tape over a couple of strips when I'm spraying it gold. So there's going to be some blue bands. And I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a nice look. It's going to match my panniers. It's going to match my shades. It's going to be great. Pretty sick. So they're mine. Liv?
Yeah. So I'm going to do like a dark green kind of bluey colour, fading into like a light teal. So the fade will be quite fun to do. Hopefully it looks alright. Could be a bit tricky, we'll see.
Yeah. So plan of attack, we'll start with mine. We've actually already done the components. So we've wiped them down, we've sprayed the components black. So real stealth.
Oh, they look so sick.
Stems, handlebars. So they're all done. We used them as our practice run and they've turned out really, really nice. So we'll spray the bikes, couple of coats, and then at the end we're going to put some like gloss, clear gloss finisher on the top to protect it, and then we're going to finish with a wax over the top of that, just so the bikes aren't going to chip on the road and it just stop any rust happening while we're out there.
Yeah. Do you want to do the first spray?
We'll do it. All right, let's do it.
Are you feeling nervous?
I'm feeling nervous. I hope this works.
Oh, it's such a nice blue.
This is so exciting. Look at it.
I know, it's looking so good. Wait till you get that shiny gold on. Done. It took us so many hours and it was hard work, but definitely worth it. We've gone through, put a clear coat on, taken all the tape off, put all the parts back on, which was so exciting. We had to kind of resist looking at the final product until it was done. One thing that we didn't think we were going to do was James's ingenious idea of putting some plastic tubing over the pannier racks so they don't get scratched and the paint doesn't come off too easily, which I think makes them look pretty badass.
They look chunky boys. So we were meant to be filming this a couple of hours ago, but we've just been staring at them. We're not allowed to ride them yet because the paint's still got to set properly for 48 hours. So we're resisting the temptation. So check out what they look like. absolutely stoked. We were hoping that they'd turn out something like this, but we really didn't know that we could do a job that looked, well, in our opinion, pretty professional. It's brilliant. We keep looking at them, we keep getting caught in stares, we can't get enough of them. It feels like we've got brand new bikes, brand new parts. It's just been a really, really cool process for us. It's been great. So I hope you've enjoyed watching us take these apart and put them back together as much as we've enjoyed doing it. It was a lot of fun, a lot of learning, which is, you know, what we're all about. We are now only 2 weeks away from leaving, so the plan for the next video is to get all of our equipment together that we'll be relying on for the next 6 months, break it down, show you what we're taking out with us, and then we'll do a final weigh-in and see how much we're going to be lugging out, which I'm not really looking forward to. So yeah, thanks again for watching. If you like what you're seeing and you want to follow along with the journey, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Leave us any comments if there's anything you want to see before we head off on our trip. And we'll see you in a week.